Welcome into the second episode of the Power Hour. I am Steve. That is the urban sensation C.Red. And tonight we are flipping things the second half over to Chicago style wrestling and the big Inglorious Bastards event we have coming up this Friday night as we return to Franklin Park. Now, I'm not GM Steve here tonight. I'm just Steve, half the host of the Power Hour, along with C.Red. And tonight we're bringing in two members of the CSW roster. They go by the tag team name CNC Destruction. These are people you've seen on these shows before. It is Cody James and Chris Miller. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening.
Well, thanks C.Red for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, C.Red, you're looking better than ever, man.
Appreciate it.
When are they just going to give you the show?
It's been a minute, Chris.
It's been a long time, man. It's been a very long time.
Cody, last time I saw you, you were somebody everybody loves.
Right up from where I wanted him to be.
Now you're somebody everybody hates. So, I'm digging it.
I just want to put out there, C.Red, that I hope there's no hard feelings because a couple years ago I did beat the hell out of your boy, Willie Richardson.
You beat the hell out of who?
Willie Richardson.
Who?
2 years ago, I ended Willie Richardson's career. So I just hope there's no hard feelings between me and you.
Why would there be hard feelings with me? Shit. Good riddance.
I just know that you have a history with the guy for years, so I just hope there's no heat between us.
You know what I found out? Just because you got history with somebody doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I mean, that's a perfect example today. It seems like we got a bit of a history with a
certain individual
with your partner of this show.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just heard y'all about to kill everybody, so I'm just gonna sit back on my own device, and I can't wait for the updates of who y'all kill, how y'all kill them. It's CNC Destruction, right?
That's what we're called.
Destruction Company, right?
Yep.
Or is it just Destruction?
Just Destruction.
Just Destruction. So it's CNC Destruction. Okay.
Yep.
So, okay. I just want to see how many people y'all destroy. So.
Well, so far, every time we've stepped in the ring, we've left a pile of rubble behind us. So,
well, I'm not gonna lie. So, was it October? I think it was October. When the whole face of CSW tag team changed, when you two joined forces and y'all started to tear apart the Bruise Brothers, and anybody else they got in y'all way. So I'm assuming that's where you guys are headed. You want the gold, not just in CSW, but everywhere you guys go. So am I safe to make that assumption?
Now, you're really safe, man. I mean, there's no secret. There's no there's some major history between me and the Bruise Brothers. I mean, we go back a couple years ago. I remember they took those belts off me when I was aligning myself with Chaz Moretti and Jack Moody, the agency. So I'm coming back for some revenge, and this time I picked the right person to be on my side because all we're going to do is cause nothing but destruction in CSW. And so far, we had about 3 matches, and we just destroyed everybody, left them laying.
Cody?
Yeah, I mean, Chris said it. Everywhere we go, you know, who's going to step up against us? Steve Boz is a couple years away from being in a wheelchair, having to be pushed around by Kimmy Zilla. You know, TJ Steele, he should just go be on a cover of Playgirl or something. He'll end up in a couple of years with a googly eye like somebody else we see on TV every once in a while. You know, so they're just the beginning.
Yeah, those boys have no idea that they're just holding the gold for us because we're coming there. We're going to beat their ass, and we're going to take the gold from them. And there's not a damn thing the GM Steve Hart could do about
it. Well, that's all very interesting. From from a GN standpoint, I have many things I could say about it, but from a show host standpoint, I feel like we need to get into the backstory at least somewhat. I mean, it doesn't seem so long ago, only last year, where you two were both bitter rivals and, involved in a hellacious no holds barred match where there was plunder, there were tables, there was all kinds of stuff. And Cody was the king. He was the up and coming superhero in CSW. And then in the blink of an eye, you guys who were bitter enemies now are steadfast friends with the common goal of getting CSW tag team gold and taking everybody and obliterating them that's in your path. So my first question is, how did you go from bitter rivals to almost killing each other in August and September to now where you're a united front looking to wreak havoc on my locker room or on the locker room of CSW, since I'm a host, not a GM right now?
Well, we had a little bit of time before Fright Nights. So, people get a little bit stir crazy during quarantine. We had some time to talk. We obviously earned each other's respect. We know each other can take a beating and we're not little bitches. And we're going to stand up to everybody and we're not going to back down. So I think the choice was easy. You said I was the rising. I was the next big one. Well, guess what? Sometimes you got to take a detour before you can get there. You got to earn people's respect. So that's what we're doing. We're earning it and we're demanding it at the same time.
Yeah, let's not make a mistake, okay? Steve Art, you were never Cody's friend, okay? You used that man. Okay, he beat me. He was your right-hand man. He beat me. I saw the fire in his eyes, and I realized, you know what? I could do something with this. So you know what? As I lost, and I sat there for 2 months, you put him in stupid 6-man tag matches, and what did he get? Absolutely nothing. That's why I came back, and that's why we exposed you for who you are. That's why no offense to the Bruise Brothers, they got what I want or what we want, and we're going to take it this Friday. But you know what? You did nothing for that man. He should have been in the gauntlet. He should have been wrestling for that championship, and you did absolutely nothing.
Well, that is a strong opinion. I don't agree with it, but that is your opinion. You're entitled to, certainly.
I believe you had a certain vendetta against Chris for how long, Steve?
I know.
And I just happen to be the new up-and-comer, eager, looking to do anything to get on the card. So I feel like maybe somebody was trying to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see, yeah, our story goes way back when we were aligning ourselves with another company that don't exist anymore. I told you before, you got in my way. Ever since you came to CSW, you made my life a living hell. You were never going to get off my back. You were always going to be on my ass. So you know what? It's time that I turn your little white knight into something a lot better. Because now, Cody and I, we're going to go places. We're going to destroy people, whoever gets in our way, starting with the Bruise Brothers. I mean, we already left carnage laying already, but we're going to finish the job with the Bruise Brothers this Friday.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, I've had it in for you forever, which that part is true because you've made my life miserable. And I use Cody to further my agenda against you, and I'm fully responsible for all that's going on. Is that what I'm understanding you're saying?
Exactly. You used Cody, you try to use Cody to do your dirty work against me. But as we fought each other, I realized I talked sense into him, and he realized who you really were. A no good son of a bitch. That's exactly where you were.
C.Red, you know our backstory a little bit. You've watched me and Miller do what me and Miller do, and you were privy to what went on last year and some of this year at CSW. Do you feel like that there's some truth to what they're saying? I mean, you've been in this business a long time. You've seen a lot of things. You've seen, attitudes and rivalries take things way off the beaten trail. What do you see here from your position of neutrality?
The man feels how he feels. Miller feels how he feels, and he feels he was disrespected. And so, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And what happens? You know, I personally wouldn't want to work for anybody if, you know, you giving me so high praise, but then you're just sticking me in 6-man matches. Where's title matches at? You know, if I'm the up and comer, why am I not getting title shots? You know, why am I, you know, not? And he pops off. But so, you know, Chris Miller has, you know, everybody's feeling is valid. And I've known Chris Miller for a long time. Sometimes he can be stubborn. Sometimes he can be irrational. But how he feels is how he feels. And I was there in the studio. You know, I was there, you know, back and forth every week talking about Chris Miller this and Chris Miller that. And, you know, so all of a sudden, you know, I think it was I personally think, you know, outside of somebody else I know, he's a pure genius. He went and got this monster that everybody loved. Everybody. Somebody phone.
Sorry about that.
Everybody, you know.
The host of the show can't even mute his own phone.
Idiot.
Real professional.
So,
Heaven.
I'm
having.
All I'm saying is,
apparently,
you know, make your bid. Now, I guess it's this Friday, right, gentlemen?
This Friday, Glorious Bastards live in Franklin Park.
I love Boz. I love TJ. I don't see it ending well. I don't. I see in front of me the new CSW Tag Team Champions.
Finally, some respect.
And if I see it in Miller's eyes, you can look in somebody's eyes, and you know they say the eyes are the gateway to the soul. And I see nothing but hatred in Miller's eyes. Every time he has mentioned Boz, Steele, or Steve, his eyes get darker and darker. And I'm not talking about his whole eyeball. No, but you can look into his eyes and see. It's just distrust and hatred there for 3 individuals. And I look at Cody, I look at you, man, and I'm like, damn, why didn't I get this monster to be with me? You know, there's certain, you know, aspects, you know, you sit back and like, man, okay. But you was the fan favorite, you know, at CSW. I wasn't going to try to come and woo you away. And, you know, all the little teeny bopper girls was, yay, Cody. You know, that's not my style.
If I was in it to make a bunch of money on merch, I would have hung out with Steve.
Well, clearly you rather get the money from the paycheck of the gold. And again, I don't blame you. I don't know if you heard, I said it, and Chris kind of nodded in belief. If you were such the hot new prospect, the big up and coming thing, you know, and again, I take nothing away from people like Marche, you know, but why weren't you in there with Lucha Zoris? You know, that should have been your match. You know, why were you always stuck in tag matches? You know, why weren't you going after, it's still called the Metro title, right?
Yeah.
You know, why wasn't you getting the Metro title shot? You know, when
5'9" or shorter to go after that title.
You know, well, let's be honest. When Vic Capri went down, why weren't you given the opportunity to compete for the CSW title? These are just things that, I kind of sit back and, it all makes sense now, bad decisions and bad blood and hatred. And it's all going to come to an end on Friday. And today the third. Ooh, I was getting ready to say, boy, Friday was the 13th. Damn, just get the machetes out. But I guess not. So, well, Friday the 15th or whatever day it is. I don't know. I'm off track right now. So, but I guess, Chris, I want to ask you, what if you could pinpoint one moment that you just said, because I've known you, Chris. So what was the moment that you just said, the hell with the fans and the hell with Steve, both Steves and everybody else in the office? Like, because I've known you since you started. So I guess I'm kind of, like, what was that moment? I'm sure it was before the bacon pan, but because I saw that building up.
Well, it goes back a long time. You see, you talk about the fans, you talk about Cody being the fan favorites, and they just made me realize, when I first came into the business, I played the good guy. I played to the fan favorites. I was their hero, and then I started thinking about all the tag partners that I had. Let's start with my good friend Colin Smith. And him and I, we were the greatest tag team, whatever. He did the flying stuff. I was the powerhouse guy. But you know what? When I realized it, I was carrying that kid everywhere we went. I was the one that had to pick him up. I was the one that was always had his back. He never had my back. We won the championships, and what happened? He left me to go to medieval times and left me hanging. And then I was there to get my butt kicked from Willie Richardson, Jason Dukes, all these guys. And then my second partner was Willie Richardson, and him and I were the two-man power trip. We destroyed everybody, and then I was living in his shadow because he got the glory. I didn't. And I realized the fans didn't care about me anymore. So you know what? That's why I turned down Willie and I ended his career. And then a short couple months, then I allowed myself with the agency with Jack Moody and, Chaz. We had a good thing going. That was nothing but business, But yet again, there I am playing the role of being the good partner or whatever, trying to do my best, beating people up, what I do best, become the tag champions. And then who messes everything up? Oz of Steel. They ruined everything. Ever since that night I lost the tag belts to them, my life has been a living hell. Because Willie then decides to come back, get in my face, whatever. And so I beat the crap out of him again. And then all of a sudden, the new year starts. And what happens? Steve Hart is the new general manager. And what does he do? He just makes my life a living hell. And did you not hear him say he used Cody to get to me? He used Cody to try to manipulate me, try to destroy me. Yeah, him and I had some great matches. We tore it up in Woodstock, whatever. But you know what? As I remember working with him, I learned something about him. The fire in his eyes, and I was thinking, I can use something with that because he's this big guy. He didn't have the guidance until he met me. So then we have this great street fight, whatever. He wins the match, and then I'm thinking, what, this guy's going to do something. Let's see what he does. And he got absolutely nothing. And that's why I tried to talk sense into Cody. And now look at us now. We are the biggest thing in CSW right now. We're destroying people. Steve Hart doesn't like it, but you know what? I'm not doing this because of Steve Hart. I'm doing this because, it's the right thing to do. We're going to destroy everybody in CSW, starting with the Bruise Brothers. And I told you before, Steve Hart, you got a problem with me. And at the end of the day, you and I, we're going to settle our differences. I know you're a wrestler, but you know what? One of these days, I'm going to beat your ass, and it's not going to be pretty.
Well, that was certainly passionate. So I've let you guys talk and I've given you the forum, and Red has offered some compelling insight and compelling questions that have given you a platform to explain yourselves and what your goals are. And, goals for gold, everybody's got them. So I appreciate that. So you're this up and coming tag team, or should I say here and now? You guys are the cream of the CSW crop, so you say. So rather than, I don't know, wait your turn and get your match, build up some wins to get after the gold, what do you do prior to the March 19th show? You pummel Steve Boz in a back alley, you abduct him and lock him in a trunk so he misses the show. Steve Boz has never missed a CSW show until you guys attacked him and committed a felony because you kind of kidnapped him.
We were just playing a little joke. We thought he had a quick release on that Dodge Charger of his in the trunk. How are we supposed to know he didn't know how to operate it? I think his ponytail's tied a little too tight to get out.
So here we are now on the week of Inglorious Bastards. And, you know, you came out at the last show and you did your business and you rolled over.
Who did you even put us against? Who was that tag team? Where'd you find them?
Yeah, that match was a joke, man. You
really find them on the last page of Craigslist?
My God.
Listen, I have an affinity for Neon Noise, okay?
You basically
scratched them on Bumble, didn't you?
You set those guys up to get their butts kicked by us, and you know it.
No. I thought that it would be a good test of their mettle going up against you, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, they paid you to be on the show, right? They paid you for a spot on the roster.
No, that's not how this works. I like the narrative you're painting. You're very clever at what you're doing, and I think that's fun. So why the attack on, if you're so hell-bent on getting the tag titles, why keep somebody from being in attendance at a show that is going to directly conflict with you getting a title shot?
Were we in that match?
Well, no, but
were we facing the Bruise Brothers that night?
It's kind of cowardly, though, don't you think? Kind of cowardly.
Bruise Brothers. Wasn't that supposed to be a tag title match?
No.
Listen, it's not business. It's not personal. Okay, we deserve the title shots, not Cypher or Nick Cutler. No offense to them, but you know what? Those championships are ours, and no one's going to take those from us. Okay, so we did what we had to do. If you don't like it, that's tough.
C.Red, I want to ask you a question that is something. I mean, you've booked shows. You've worked in the business a long time. When a tag team is formed and they've been around for a month, do you put them in a title opportunity typically?
Don't you listen to your audience and what the fans want to see? That's what I heard. It seems like they wanted us to go at it at Fright Night. But no, you didn't want it to happen. Boz and TJ were begging us to come in the ring. You didn't want it. You were holding the fans back.
Because he didn't have any faith in them. He didn't have any faith in them. Because what would happen if we somehow won the tag champions? Oh, that's right. Because then he would just make our lives a living hell.
Yeah, but then he would kind of have to, pay you more money. You asked
the other two, so I think they could just tack it on their cut onto ours. It's not.
He asked the question, and I mean, again, do they put butts in seats?
They do.
There's the answer right there.
Okay, well, that is.
They put butts in seats. The last time I checked, I mean, again, I don't hear any noise about the Bruise Brothers. I'm hearing about CNC Destruction. So
I'm pretty sure I saw somebody that I would have never thought would be a fan of us, make a little music video and post it on their page. I thought that was pretty cool. It seems like they see.
Yeah, I mean, Steve already knows who that was.
We are setting the new expectation, and that's all this is about.
And listen, I told you before, we have no problem earning a title shot. We have no problem with it. We have no problem destroying whoever you put up against us. But when you put up two nobodies against us, come on, that's just disrespectful. I mean, you could have had. There were so many people on that roster. You could have chose anyone, and you chose those little nobodies.
Okay.
So you feel disrespected.
Yeah, exactly, because he thinks he calls us a couple of jokes, makes fun of our name, He has no respect for us. Obviously, I don't care. I don't need your damn respect. I don't need the fans' respect, you know? I don't do it for the fans. I do it for me. I do it for Cody. I do it for those tag champions. I do what it takes to get the job done, no matter how you feel.
Well, that was something I wasn't expecting. That's actually pretty good. That's actually interesting stuff that you're saying there, Chris Miller, which is uncharacteristic of you. So here we are heading into Inglorious Bastards, and the match you wanted is coming to fruition. You wanted a shot against the Bruise Brothers. So, and you're smiling like maybe you think you've got some kind of power over the GM. You attack Steve Boz, you took him out of the equation. He may not be 100% when you fight on Friday. So, you know, as much as I don't like you, your plan is pretty interesting. You're going to go after these guys, pre-injure them, so they're easy pickings for you in your minds at Inglorious Bastards. And that's a very appropriate title for a show, because we were surrounded by Inglorious Bastards at the last show, two of which are sitting right here in front of me. So now here we are, and Boz not at 100%. What does that, what optic is that? How does that look going into this match? You're not really proving a point of your superiority by, you know, attacking your
eliminate the bad in CSW. People are sick of them. People are ready for a new generation of talent. So we are moving them out of the way. So we might as well take Old Yeller out back the barn.
Wow.
That's exactly right.
We're making the call because you can't make the decision on your own what's best for business.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. All right, so, you know, here we are, and I put a stipulation on this match back when we found out that you two were responsible for Steve Boz being put in the hospital due to injury based on your attack that kept him out of the show. I said if Steve Boz or TJ Steele were harmed in any way prior to your match at Inglorious Bastards, that not only would you both be fired, that I would bring you up on felony charges with the cooperation of the law enforcement agencies in the greater Berwyn metropolitan area. So here we are, just about 72 hours away from Inglorious Bastards. And
Steve, how are you going to use Berwyn's police department to come after us? The show's in Franklin Park this time, buddy. It seems like you missed a huge minor detail when you were making that stipulation.
Well, I'm not exactly expecting Berwyn's finest to come to Franklin Park to accost you, but their testimony in the felony charges against you will prove most interesting. I think Franklin's Park finest can handle you boys. But like I said, you know, the stipulation has been unchanged. So you have to admit it would be stupid at this point for you to do any more egregious actions. Is that correct? Am I correct to assume that?
You know, but, you know, I'm sorry, you know, Steve, it ain't going to be the first time you try to fire me. How many times you fired me? Did I care? No, because I keep coming back, because you can't fire me because you can't do nothing about it, and the cops can't do nothing about it. So you fire me. You really think that bothers me? No.
Unless you have us pulled out of the ring in cuffs, we're going to keep coming back. We're going to keep doing what we want to do. And you know why it's going to be okay? Because every person in that arena is going to start chanting CNC. They want what they want. Why hold them back from it? How is Mr. TJ Steele doing? Have you talked to him lately? When was the last time you talked to him?
You know,
Did you ask him how his nose was?
I suspected this was going to come up, and you thought you would take me by surprise here. I've heard that TJ Steele has fallen upon some misfortune, And I guess I'll have to announce it now since the cat's kind of out of the bag. TJ Steele will not be in attendance this Friday night at Inglorious Bastards. So, again, I'll ask C.Red, when you're motivated to have a shot at titles and you've been swearing up and down that you've been dying for this match against TJ Steele and Steve Boz, and the fans want it, and the fans want a new generation, you got your gun ready to shoot Old Yeller in the head, why would you do something to jeopardize this match you have with now TJ Steele on the shelf? Explain to me the sense in that, C.Red.
What did we do?
Oh, are we going to go there? Are we going to play this game again? Like I don't know what you did.
He's not going to be there. We had nothing to do with that. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know.
You see.
So let me ask, gentlemen. Did you? So I'll do it individually. That way, we can set the record straight. Chris Miller, did you have anything to do with this?
Absolutely not. I had nothing to do with that.
And Cody, did you have anything to do with this?
I live all the way out in McHenry County. My hands are clean.
So now to answer the original question that was brought before me, it's something I would do because doesn't matter. You announced it as a tag title match. Tag titles need to be put up. Now, I guess Kim Zilla gets in. I guess I don't work there. I don't know how that works, but again, I see. Didn't I kind of say it before this even happened that I see the new CSW Tag Team Champions in front of me? I see it. But again, it was, have I ever done anything like that? Thrown people in trunks and beat people up? Yeah, I have. I have.
You wrote a novel on that kind of stuff back in the day. C.Red, be honest. There isn't anything in this business you haven't done, nefariously or otherwise. I mean, you were to Soul Touches, for God's sake. You have written chapters that still stand in the lore of Midwest independent wrestling, some things that will never be seen again. So are you saying that you get where these two guys are coming from and you might have behaved the same way under these circumstances? Is that the vibe I'm getting from you, C.Red?
Why not? Hell, Boz trained me. And again, how long have I been in this business?
Long time.
So, you know how many opportunities I should have got? But Boz stood in the way. So, hell.
It's time to pass the torch. And if they're not pass it on their own, we'll just take it.
It comes a time again. You don't see Terry Allen still in the ring anywhere. No, he's moved on to greener pastures. Austin Roberts moved on to greener pastures. Steve Boz is like that. You two gentlemen might not understand this analogy, but you ever been with that one chick and after you're with her, you get that rash down there, and no matter how many times you go to the doctor and how many creams and how many ointments you put on it, it still keeps coming back.
I know exactly what you mean.
I call that the Boz thing, because
call it the errant. That's how I feel every month when I have to see him at CSW.
Oh well,
I understand.
I call it the buys. I call it the buys because again, like, dude, really? I mean, I watched the Hall of Fame this week. I don't know if you gentlemen watched it, but I watched it.
Absolutely.
There are people that are in the Hall of Fame now that started after Steve Buys, and they are now retired. Yet he's still here. Like, and even talking about him, like I'm itching. You know,
where the hell is Ron Simmons when you need him? Damn.
So cut his ponytail, please. You know, take his legs from him so he, you know, ain't no more, you know, and I swear, Chris Miller, if he does this anytime during the match, or he does this, Cody James, please break his hands. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Just sometimes out with the old, in with the new.
Well, I think if we learned anything with that last bit of commentary by C.Red, that CNC Destruction has a contender for their manager, because they all seem on the same page, and CNC Destruction managed by C.Red. My goodness,
they don't need me to manage. These are two intelligent young men.
I got that, but boy, that's
again, Chris Miller. The one thing, see, Chris Miller used to sit under the learning tree of C.Red. So he didn't mind sitting there and getting the knowledge. But again, I've never been one to force anything on him. So he had to learn his way through this business. So I applaud him for that. Now, Cody, again, I wish I could only have been there to drop knowledge on you. But clearly, Miller has done that already. Again, I've been there. I understand what it's like to think that you are loved by many and they clap at you. But guess what? They don't come buy your t-shirt. They don't come buy your merchandise. But they'll ask for a free picture. They don't care. So now you both get it. At the end of the day, it's what your bank account look like. And your bank account looks bigger. Like Cody, I noticed you at home, right? And you got that nice, it looked like about a 62-inch on the wall. About 62-inch.
A little bigger.
Do you grasp it? Okay. Well, hey, I just saw the new 82-inch. And I was like, damn, I need that in my life. You can get that with that extra check. See, if y'all don't know, he has to pay y'all twice. If nobody ever told y'all that. See, because he has to pay you because you're on the roster. But then as champ, you get paid again. So you should be getting 2 checks after Friday. Or come Friday, I should say. So make sure, you know, so if he just hands you one, hold up them titles, clank them together, and say, now run us back that other check.
So that's very compelling. And C.Red makes very good points, as he usually does. My question to you is, do you think that I'm just going to say, well, TJ Steele's not here, so the titles go to CNC Destruction? Do you think that's how that's going to work?
We're not that.
Oh, no, because we don't want nothing given.
We know how it works. We'll get in the ring. We'll destroy them. The bell will ring. You'll raise our hand.
Listen, whether we face Boz 2-on-1 or unless he has a partner, it doesn't matter. we're gonna do
You
what
don't
we
think
do.
that you don't think I have time enough to find Boz somebody to work with against you two?
I'm sorry, I didn't know you
dumb
speak
enough
for
to get in there after what we just did last month.
Well, there are a lot of people out there that Steve Boz respects that could do the job for TJ Steele in his absence.
But then who can he get in the ring with all of that ego?
Well, sometimes
I'm just saying, because it's really a handicap match, because already it's 3-on-2. Boz and his two egos versus CNC Destruction. So
this might be a great opportunity. I mean, I've got some time to think about it. I've got a couple of days between now and Inglorious Bastards.
Please don't hurt yourself. You have a show to run Friday night, so please don't think too hard, Steve.
No, and Miller, has been making, accusations and threats that he's gonna, kick my ass and all of these things. So you're right. I need to make a really smart call here. So while I was thinking about it today in preparation for this show, I thought that maybe I would bring in some old friends of mine that might clue you into who Boz might have as his partner.
Oh my God. Are you serious? Are you really serious? You're not. I know you're dumb, but I know you're not that dumb to get in the ring. You want to step in the ring with me and Cody? Come on.
We're at an impasse here, gentlemen. And yes, C.Red. You got C.Red's just spinning. He's just spinning now.
Just stop while you're ahead. Just stop while you're ahead. Don't even think about stepping in the ring. Because you step in the ring, it's fair game, and I won't stop.
You see, I'm reminded often that I am not a wrestler, and that is absolutely true. I am not. But I am a man, and I will fight. And you keep asserting yourself in a negative way on shows that mean a lot to me. You took out Boz in March. Now you take out TJ Steele here in April.
We did nothing. We did nothing.
You do.
The footage will come out, gentlemen, and your culpability in the situation will be revealed. So I can't just put anybody in that ring. The stakes are entirely too high. And Steve Boz needs a partner that's got his back. So I'm just saying that, I found my boots. I've been working hard over the last couple of months, becoming a little bit, better fit. I'm not all the way there yet, but I've made some progress. And who knows, maybe Friday night you're in that ring and, Boz's music hits and he comes out and, he's standing across from you. So maybe you get a little surprise as who his partner is. Could be anybody.
You know what, Steve? I do remember your last two matches you had. It's funny you say that because, you think that you're all perfect. No, your friends that you thought were your friends, you stabbed in their back. Let's talk about Turtle. How much you had his back, and then you turned on him. And now he still lines himself with you. I don't understand why Turtle just doesn't get it that you are not his friend. And now we can go to Miranda Rice, we can go to Mitch Blake, all the guys you turned your back on. What makes you so damn perfect? Because you ain't so damn perfect.
I have come to realize lately that might be the most truth that I've heard tonight. The point is, Steve Boz will have a partner Friday night at Inglorious Bastards. The show will go on, and you will be held accountable for your actions, boys. You can keep doing this, Pearl Harbor attack, at the under the cover of darkness, or, you can face them head on. It doesn't matter, but your day is coming.
Steve, I swear, you step in the ring with us, you better get a heartless agreement, because when I beat the hell out of you and you can't see your family no more, you can't sue me or you can't sue us. Because when you step in the ring, it is fair game. I don't care who you are. GM or not, the suit don't suit me.
I might just surprise you. Or somebody might surprise you. That's the thing. You got to show up at Inglorious Bastards this Friday night in Franklin Park to see what will be seen. Could be anybody. I mean, I found my boots. Maybe it's me, or maybe it's somebody else. But it doesn't matter because Steve Boz is all riled up. And I wouldn't want to be you.
Yeah, we're supposed to go run scared, hide. You think we're scared? We ain't scared.
We'll be the first ones in the building waiting. Mark my words.
C.Red, if you're a betting man, and I know you are, what are your thoughts on what's going to happen Friday night in Franklin Park as CSW presents Inglorious Bastards?
He knows. C.Red should be our guest of honor to watch the dismantling.
You don't hear the sound in the background?
Boz.
I don't hear it.
Oh, it's laughing.
I imagined that there would be such. Any final thoughts from Cody James? I mean, Cody, we've talked a lot about our history together. So now that you've concluded that I used you and you have animosity against me and now you're in a much better place, where do you go from here?
We're going to the top, and we're bringing everybody who wants to follow us to the top. We are the leaders of the new generation of CSW. We are setting the expectation. We are setting the level of performances in athleticism, in brutality. You're either with us or you're against us. I've told you before, Steve, I'm like a freight train. You don't want to get in front of me.
Well, you are certainly a formidable human being, and anybody that would get in front of you better have a good plan. Chris Miller, I pose the same question to you. You've said many things, many damning things tonight. I haven't liked any of them, but I respect your candor coming right at me. What are your expectations for what happens not only Friday night, but going forward? Are there more people to be joining CNC Destruction? Is this a thing? Are you guys going to take in all comers to push this youth movement? Kind of bring about a retribution on me, if you will?
Well, let's see. After we go against the Bruise Brothers, after we go through them and become the new CSW tag champions, might add my 3-time tag champions, by the way. From there, we just, we run through whoever wants to get in our way, whoever wants to step up to us. We'll give the invitations out because we are easy guys. Okay. You want to step in the ring with us? You want to get your asses kicked? That's exactly what we're going to do. And I don't care who you are. We are, like you said, we're going to go to the top. We're going to rule the CSW roster, and no one can do about it.
And if somebody has the gall to get into the ring with us, they might just earn our respects because everybody knows there's an ass whooping to come. So if they want to step up, we won't be backing down. We'll be fighters.
Exactly.
Don't hide.
And not just Boz and TJ Steele. There's a lot of other big names on there that we will take out.
Very interesting stuff. C.Red, I want to yield again to your experience and the fact that you've seen and done everything in this business probably 10 times over. And you've seen these power struggles between young up-and-coming tag teams and perhaps the older generation. I guess I can lump myself in with that category. How does this story end in your eyes, C.Red? What are your thoughts? Where does this go? What do you think from being someone that's kind of been a neutral observer through all of this? You've kind of been, you've seen it, you've heard about it, we've talked about it in other shows, and now here we are on the precipice of Friday night and them getting their opportunity to face Steve Boz in the ring. Now we find out without TJ Steele, but there will be somebody there in Boz's place. What are your thoughts on what you've heard and where this goes from here?
think that says it all.
Yeah, when are they going to give you your own show, man? When are you going to get your own show?
Anyway,
tag team champion money to help sponsor it for you too.
I appreciate that. I said it once at the beginning of the show. Said it twice. And I guess the third time is a charm. My wife just told me that third time is a charm. So Friday night, Franklin Park. I won't be there, but I'm sure these words will be uttered. Ladies and gentlemen, your new CSW Tag Team Champions, Chris Miller, Cody James, C Destruction. Oh, the crowd goes wild.
Well,
that's a nice ring to it.
I've said.
Think about it. CSW Tag Team Champions, C Destruction. Like
marketing dream.
It gets no easier. That gets no money. That gets no easier right there. You know, that's like easy peasy. You know. And then what y'all could do now, y'all could go get those little pins that and get the CSW titles and just put them on your vest right there. You know, you don't even need to carry belts no more.
Just put a C, just one big C on each belt for us too.
Y'all could do that. You know, get some red spray paint and
I like that idea. We can make those belts of yours look real pretty, Steve. Real pretty.
And if the belts mean something too.
And if you know cursive, you can make a cursive C. And that makes it real fancy. Just fancy.
And then we can make t-shirts that says Steve Arndt sucks.
You didn't make one yet? I thought you had one.
Oh, I'm still making one right now.
I thought I saw you wear one that said that.
No, but there will be one soon.
I saw the Die Willie Die shirt. So, you know. Oh. And then he died.
Yeah, he's nowhere to be found. You know, he came back for me like one show, but he realized he still ain't recuperating from the beating I gave him.
I'm like that old school song. Have you seen her? You know, have you seen him?
C-Red's dropping the chai lights. That's
I haven't seen Willie, and I guess I guess he in the old folks home where he should be. Again, somebody else stayed around too long.
And Steve Arndt, that's why they call me the career killer.
And that's what you're gonna do to Boz. Thank you. Congratulations. Hold on. Congratulations early. I'm gonna pour one for y'all. Congratulations. Because
I toast to you.
Two people, you get two birds with one stone. You get the titles, and finally, Boz can just blow away like the tumbleweed he is.
And he can join Willie too in the cemetery.
Well, the old wrestling home or wherever they go to die. I don't know. You know, wherever they go. I'm still here, so I'm not there. So, I mean, you know, and one day, you know, unfortunately, you know, I've already told my kids.
We'll all be there, but we'll know when to go.
Somebody put me out the pasture, and that's fine. But it ain't today. It ain't Friday. And I know, hey, can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all tell Kim Zilla whenever she makes the funeral arrangements, no, I will not be a pallbearer? Just so she knows, so she doesn't call, no, you know. So.
Well, this episode didn't go quite the way I expected, but you fans can show up on Friday night in Franklin Park. It is CSW's Inglorious Bastards. And as we part company tonight, I will offer this piece of advice to the CNC Destruction Company. I see Cody has left us, but then Chris Miller, oh, now he's back. Chris Miller and Cody, this is for you. Enjoy your oh, it's the shirt. There's the merch, Red.
I love it. It's red. It says everything.
Saw that a mile away.
Destruction. And see, it should say right up at the top, C.Red presents, but you know, oh, that's right. I don't work there.
Well, okay. If they become champions by some rip in the space-time continuum, we may have to bring C.Red in as a manager.
Clearly he has not watched Avengers Endgame. Clearly he did not watch WandaVision. Clearly he has not watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Clearly he does not grasp the concept that that's all the Loki series is about. There are a bunch of rips in the space-time continuum. So I guess we got new champs on Friday, boys.
Steve, we're inevitable.
Oh, Thanos snap. Very nicely done. Well, you guys, I wish you luck. You're going to need it. Friday night, Inglourious Bastards, Franklin Park, CSW returns home. And CNC Destruction will have a match against Steve Boz and a partner to be named then. It could be anybody. Like I said, I went and found my wrestling boots. So nobody is off the table as far as who could help Boz get through you. And you've said a lot of things tonight, boys, and I hope you recount all of them when the smoke settles and the dust clears Friday night. Be careful what you wish for. And you said you're going to run through anybody. That means you'll have to run through me. Easier said than done.
The CNC Destruction bus versus your Mustang. I like our chances.
And I guess chances are all we have. I want to thank Chris Miller and Cody James for providing me with some very, very enlightened perspectives tonight. Sleep well, boys, because in just a few days, you get your shot at history. I assure you Steve Boz will be ready for you. I assure you his partner will be ready for you. And like I said, be careful what you wish for. You just may get it.
Wait. Didn't you pick TJ's partner at the last show?
I did.
How did that go?
How'd that work out for TJ?
Well, they didn't win.
No, they didn't.
But I thought Jake Painter did a
phenomenal. Jake is absolutely phenomenal.
Jake Tyler. I thought he did a admirable job. He's a great athlete, and he's going to perform this Friday night in the big 3-man tag match. So that should be very interesting.
Yeah, you know what you did, right? You know what you did? You threw him to the wolves. That's what you did.
But you did not set TJ up for success. Against Cypher, against Nick Cutler. Come on. You set TJ up for failure. Do you really have the Bruise Brothers back?
I do. And I was unprepared in March because it all happened very suddenly.
So you're making excuses.
Jake came out because he was a good soldier and he laid down in order to help the company. He's a company.
You should have protected him.
Let me tell you. Let me explain something to you real quick. Once we eliminate the Bruise Brothers, you don't got nothing left. All you're gonna have left is your little CSW Women's Champion.
So now you're going after Sky Blue.
That's all you got left.
I understand that correctly.
Is that your weapon? That's gonna be your next weapon. Come on.
But she still works for CSW.
She's in a match tonight.
Isn't that the little Bruise brother or the little Bruise sister, whatever you call it?
I just don't think y'all ain't got to worry about her. She about to be busy working on Wednesday nights. Yeah, y'all ain't got to worry about her.
I'm just saying I'm just saying once we eliminate the Bruise Brother, that's all he's really got. Except unless he wants to use Marche for the dirty work. But does Marche really want to be in that situation? No.
What Chris is getting at is you're slowly
if he was smart, he wouldn't.
That's what Chris is getting at.
If he's smart, he wouldn't. Again, see, here's the thing. Y'all watched The Lion King, right? Y'all saw Scar, right? Scar, thought it was about getting rid of just the brother. And he didn't handle getting rid of Simba. He just kind of just thought he was gone. But what happened at the end? The young lion grew up and over the cliff into the fire, the old lion went. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the two new young Simbas. They are known as Chris and Cody, and I'm going to say it for a fourth time. Ladies and gentlemen, your new CSW Tag Team Champions, CNC Destruction.
Okay. Well, on behalf of the urban sensation C.Red, and on behalf of myself, Steve, this has been another fine episode of the Power Hour. Join us next week when our guest is none other than another inglorious bastard, the Ice Pick, Vic Capri. That should be spectacular. Boys, I will see you Friday night, and you will see me, and we'll see if you guys can handle the circle of life, because I can tell you one thing, you won't be feeling the love that night. I guarantee it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching the Power Hour. Don't miss CSW and Glorious Bastards this Friday night, Franklin Park, Illinois. Get your tickets. There are still a few available. It's going to be one hell of a show. Come see CNC Destruction, maybe make history, or maybe go away for good. Anything can happen at a CSW show. Good night, everybody.